Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be looking at some brand new tyres from Injora. They sent me over their brand new 1.9 inch comp pin tyres. I'm a big fan of these in the 1 inch size. Run them on my FCX18. Really good tyre, especially on the rocks. They've also sent me their new turbine 1.9 inch wheels as well. And I've gone for the option with the rainbow ring. I just think it looks really cool. It reminds me of, kind of like that kind of like heated titanium effect. We're going to be chucking them on my RC4WD C2X. This is my most kind of competition rig, I suppose. It is a class 2 comp rig, ready to run. I really like this rig, really good on the rocks. Let's check out the tyres, check out the wheels. I've put 3 of them together already. I'll show you the last set. We'll chuck them on the rig and then let's get outside and hit the rocks and see how they perform. Okay, so the actual comp pin tyres themselves, they're, like I said, it's a 1.9 inch, 120 by 35 mil size tyre. Really like the comp pin design. Now on these ones versus the 1 inch, they do seem like they got the higher pins. So I'm hoping that should give, even better kind of performance on the rocks, where it's going to give that ability to kind of grab and bite. Just running the stock foams in there. Obviously Injora do sell like dual stage foams and everything as well. These foams are quite nice, it's nice and soft, but it does have a decent kind of bit of like sidewall on it. So hopefully that'll stop the tyre from kind of like folding over too much when we're kind of crawling. They are sticky. They don't seem as sticky as the 1 inch versions. You can hear there is a bit of stick there, but they don't stick to each other. It's not picking the other tyre up very well. Whereas a lot of their like 1 inch or 1.3 inch tyres with the S5 compound are really, really sticky. Like I said, we've gone with the 1.9 inch turbine wheels. This is one of their newest wheel releases, an aluminium wheel, 79 grams a wheel. It's a 4-piece wheel, so you've got your inner ring, you've got your back face, your front face, and then your actual mounting for your wheel hex is a separate piece as well. So it's like a 4-piece wheel. I think they look really nice. They do come in different colours. You can get them in like a grey, a black, and then this kind of like a brass copper kind of colour. I went for this one because I just think it looks really nice, and I love the kind of reflection. I don't know if you can see it there, if you can, but that, yeah, the reflection on the wheels there, that just looks really cool. So they sent me the link to these and I was like, yeah, they look awesome. I'll have a set of those. So hopefully they should look really cool on the rig itself. Similar size to the stock wheels and tyres that come on the RC4WD C2X. I do really like the stock wheels and tyres on the RC4WD C2X. I think the Mickey Thompson tyres are really, really good. So it'd be interesting to see how these ones from Injora compare. Okay, we've got all 4 wheels and tyres on the rig. I think they look really cool, really liking that look. It is a -10 offset on those wheels, so you can see the wheels and tyres are sticking out a bit further on this rig now. So obviously that should give us a bit more kind of like sideways stability. You can see we've got a nice bit of squish there on the tyre, so hopefully they should conform quite nicely to the rocks. Okay, we are down at a local beach. We've got some nice rocks we can crawl over. It is very windy, so hopefully you're actually going to be able to hear everything I say and it's not just going to be wind noise. But yeah, loving the look on those. I think they look really, really cool. I do really love this rig. It just looks awesome. We've got loads of rocks we can hit, lots of different obstacles and everything we can try. So let's test out the grip on these tyres and see how they perform. That was lovely then, just went straight up there without any issues at all, didn't it? That's quite steep as well, that. Look how steep that is. And that just absolutely destroyed that. That's awesome. I didn't finish the video at the beach because it was getting too windy and it was getting dark by the time I finished playing. I was really happy with the performance of the tyres. Obviously for this rig being so heavy, I did add some wheel weights to the wheels, but obviously just being aluminium, there's not a massive amount of weight low down, and obviously this rig is quite top heavy. So I do think they probably perform better with some heavier wheels. I'm pretty happy with the foams. You know, they're quite firm. You can see they have got a bit of squidge, which is nice. I prefer my tyres sometimes with a little bit more squish. But you can see on the rocks, you know, they were gripping, even when I was running them through the water, and obviously I got them really sandy as well, and they were still able to climb. So I was really impressed. I think having the larger pins on the 1.9 tyres versus the smaller pins on the 1-inch tyres, I think does make a difference and give it a nice bit of grip. It helps it dig in and bite. I think for me, what I probably would do is use some slightly heavier wheels and maybe some slightly softer foams, or maybe even some 2-stage foams. I think that would make a little bit of a difference. But overall, you know, I am really happy with how they performed. I mean, you could see from the way it was crawling up stuff, the majority of it was pretty easy. And there were some pretty steep angles considering this is a hard body. Obviously this is like a class 2 rig out of the box. You can get this as a ready to run from RC4 drive. Stock tyres on this rig are some Mickey Thompson tyres, and I really like the performance of those tyres, and I wouldn't say these tyres performed any worse, to be honest. So yeah, really happy with them. I'll put a link in the description to where you can pick up the wheels and the tyres. At the time of this video dropping, they should have just been released, so you can pick them up on Injora's website. Let me know what you think of them in the comments. Let me know what you think of the RC4 drive C2X as well, and if you've got one. Or if you're running any kind of class 2 rigs or anything like that and you've got any tips for some improvements I can make. I know this is a tyre review, but just quickly touching on the rig, definitely the front bumper is the biggest hindrance on this thing, I would say. It just gets in the way, so I'm going to ditch that and get a different front bumper. Otherwise, you know, I'm really happy with the performance of this rig. Let me know what you think in the comments, and drop me a comment if you've got any questions. Give us a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.